Welcome to our Green Acres and welcome to the video today. Today we're going to get started with some Christmas decorating and ideas. And this is some of my best projects that I did in 2024. But I always love looking over the past year's decorating and projects that I worked on, because not only do I give the inspiration to y'all, but also it inspires me again, because a lot of these things I have forgotten that I did, and it gives me more ideas and inspiration of things that I can work on for my home for the Christmas season for 2025. The video today is just going to be chock full of different ideas, and we're going to go fast. But if you want to see all the full videos, I'll have a Christmas playlist down below, and it'll have a lot more details and things that I made in last year's videos. But let's get started. Let's turn this beautiful wood plate into some beautiful Christmas decor. First thing I want to do is I want to give it a couple of layers of fusion paint, and the color I'm using is parchment. Now I'm going to give it a couple of layers and I'm going to let this dry. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all some beautiful paint inlays. And if you've never used paint inlays, this right here is a very fun way to get some graphics on your project piece. And don't be intimidated by the process, because it's actually just a few steps and it's really easy. You always want to lay your paint inlay down, face down, because they actually have paint on them. So you want to go over with a fresh coat of paint that is not dry. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm going over my piece now and I'm giving it some wet paint. While your paint is still wet, you want to go in with your paint inlay, and like I say, you want to put it down where the paint is to your project piece. You want to lay it down into that paint, and I'm just kind of lining mine up before I smooth it down. Once you get it in place, just go across with your fingers very gently. You don't want to rough up, because this is paper and it can tear. But you do want to just kind of smooth out any wrinkles that you have in the paper. And also you can roll over it with a brayer. But like I say, just go very gently and work slowly. Once I get it smoothed down really good, then you want to take a misting bottle. Now I've just got some water in this bottle, and you just want to spray over your paint inlay and then just set it up and let it dry. Now it will only take a few minutes for this to dry. You do want to go over it with a paper towel or some kind of dry cloth and just kind of soak up some of that water. Once it is dry, you want to go back over it with your misting bottle, and you just want to pull off your paint inlay and look at this beautiful graphic. Y'all, I love using this process, and like I say, if you've never used paint inlays, I highly recommend them, because they're so much fun, and there is a huge selection out there right now to choose from. My wreath, when I did the paint inlay, it had a couple of wrinkles in it, so the graphic did not transfer onto my surface piece in those areas. So it was a quick fix. You can always cover up some blemishes or flaws that you may have and just put a transfer over them. So I'm just going through my books, and I'm just going through and adding, little bits of transfers that I feel like will add some color to my piece and just kind of fill in and give it, a little bit more detail. Do you love the beautiful gold tone for the Christmas season? I know I do. Do you have some items that you may have on hand that are outdated, or maybe you found some items at the thrift store at a really good deal, but they're just not your color? Well, I'm about to show you in the next few projects of how we can take some simple gold spray paint. We can totally transform a lot of these items and make some beautiful home decor for our home for the Christmas season. Look at this beautiful reindeer sleigh. This one right here is almost $219, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and you can get it in gold or silver. But I'm going to go with gold, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to create one that is very similar and only paid $9.99 for mine. I got this at Goodwill back in the summertime, and I'm so glad I went on and picked it up. And now I'm going to switch over and show y'all the Rust-Oleum metallic gold and how beautiful it is. I'm just going to spray over it, give it a couple of layers, and this reindeer sleigh is ready to be decorated for the Christmas season. Now I'm going to show you how we can create a beautiful gold tray without spending a lot of money. I priced this one out, so gold trays can run up in the money, especially ones with handles. This one was $125, but we can make this and make it a lot less expensive. This is a tray that I've had on hand. I've used it in several projects, so I've already painted it once. These, a lot of times you can find it at the thrift store for just a few dollars. I just went over it with that Rust-Oleum gold metallic spray paint, gave it a couple layers, let it dry. Now I'm going to show you how beautiful this tray is. You can set out and style for the Christmas season. Lanterns are a very popular home decor piece, and especially around the holiday season. So I'm going to show y'all a couple of options of how we can make some really budget-friendly lanterns and not have to pay $95 for them. Well, I'm just going to take some random lanterns that I have, and a lot of times I can pick these up at yard sales or thrift stores, and you can get these for a few dollars. Again, get your lanterns out, whatever color they are, get your gold spray paint out, and just go to town, give them a few layers, give them a new life, and look how beautiful these turn out. I thrift Christmas decor all year long, and back during the summer I found this reindeer at Goodwill and it was only $2.99. So it has been sitting around waiting for me to incorporate it into my home for Christmas. So that's what we're going to do. And if y'all think you cannot spray paint glitter, think again. Here's another piece I found at Goodwill, and it was only $1.99. Pieces like this make great statement pieces for your Christmas tree. Christmas balls and baubles, or whatever you call them, they are abundant at the thrift store, and you can pick these up a lot of times at yard sales for nothing, or you may have some from years past. Get them out, give them a good coat of fresh spray paint, add some embellishment to it and a pretty bow, and look what a gorgeous ornament this makes for my tree. Stocking hangers can get pricey, and especially if you have a large family. I picked these up for $1 and one was $1.50. You can spray paint these any color you want, but I'm going to use that beautiful gold, and look how beautiful these stocking hangers turned out.
Christmas tree, oh Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh Christmas tree, thy leaves are so...
Do you have random pieces of Christmas decor that is just not your color theme anymore? Well, this is the Sequin Deer. I bought him a few years ago, and I have enjoyed him blush pink, but that's just not my colors anymore. I was about to put him in the donation box, but if you think you can't spray over sequins, let me tell you, you can.
Not only green when summer's here, but also when 'tis cold and drear. Oh Christmas tree, thy leaves are so unchanging. Oh Christmas tree, much pleasure thou canst give me. Oh Christmas tree, much pleasure thou canst give me. How often has the Christmas tree afforded me the greatest glee? Oh Christmas tree, much pleasure thou...
Do you need some gold lamps for your home decor this Christmas season? Well, I do. Don't go out and buy any. Take some you already have, get that gold spray paint, and voila, you've got some gold lamps, and these are absolutely beautiful.
Oh Christmas tree, thy candles shine so brightly. Oh Christmas tree, thy candles shine so brightly. From base to summit, gay and bright, there's only splendor for the sight. Oh Christmas tree.
The next few projects that I'm going to show is going to be how you can create some really pretty DIY bases for your Christmas tree. A lot of us have a lot of variety of Christmas trees, but a lot of times the stands and the bases aren't very attractive. So in the next few projects, I'm going to show you some creative ways of how you can create some really pretty bases for your trees. And before we make any kind of base for our trees, you need some kind of structure in your vessel. Now you can buy a lot of foam. There's a lot of variety of these at Hobby Lobby or any craft store, but they can run up in the money by the time you buy several of these or however many you need to make the bases of your Christmas trees, just so they'll have something to go down into. This big block right here was $12.99. So I'm going to show y'all an easy solution of how we can make our own foam that's very budget friendly. I purchased this can of spray foam at Walmart and it was less than $5, but you can use any variety of spray foam that you may have on hand or you can find at your local hardware store. Now here's 3 vessels that I have chosen that I'm going to use for some Christmas tree stands. All you want to do is put the nozzle on the spray foam, and you don't want to overfill your container because this stuff, it will expand, and it expands a lot. We filled each of these vessels up with some of the spray foam, and then we let them set up and let the spray foam expand. It doesn't take long. I think maybe we waited, maybe an hour or so, and then when you come back out, they look like muffin tops. But this stuff really works. And if you've ever used this around your home around the winter time to go in and fill in cracks or anything around your home, you know what I'm talking about. So here is what they look like after they expand and it is dried. Now you just want to take a sharp knife, be very careful, and you just want to slice off the excess. And don't throw this away because this right here will be extra foam for another project. So what we've done is we've actually filled up this vessel, but we also have extra floral foam now. Now mine was hollow in the center, so I'm just going to do an easy fix. I'm just going to take some of those pieces that I just cut off, and I'm going to stuff those down in the center just to give it a little bit more structure. Now, once I get all this stuff down in there, now it's ready for a beautiful Christmas tree.
Shine so brightly. Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee. Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee. Thou bidst us true and faithful be, and trust in God unchanging.
Now the next vessel that I used the spray foam on was this little thrifted urn. Urns are one of my favorite decor pieces because you can do so many things with them. Now this is a great vessel for a bottle brush tray, and you know a lot of times bottle brush trays you can just screw the base right off.
Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee. Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee. Thou bidst us true and faithful be, and trust in God unchangingly. Oh, Christmas tree, how richly God has decked thee.
Now, while we're working on bottle brush trays, here is another idea. A lot of times through the year at Goodwill or at any thrift store, you can find vessels that already have floral arrangements in it with already some styrofoam. And this was the case with this little vessel. I just removed the florals that was in it. It already had some styrofoam in it, so it was a perfect vessel just to stick my bottle brush tray right down into. Now let's take some of that leftover spray foam that we made, and I just put it down into this little container that I got at Goodwill, and then I just pre-drilled a little hole with my screwdriver. Stick your bottle brush tray down in there, and then you can add some pretty raffia around the edges if you can see the foam, and then just go around and trim it up. Another creative way to make a really pretty base for your bottle brush trays is just a wood chunk. This is a creative co-op piece. I found mine at the thrift store, but you can also order these on Amazon. I just drilled a hole in it for the stem of my tree. Put your tree down in there, and then I just added a really pretty Merry Christmas ribbon. I took another urn, and this urn I've had for many years and I've used it a lot. So I just did the same thing. I just sliced my spray foam evenly across the top, and you can work it down with your fingers too, just to smooth it out a little bit more around the top so you don't see it. Now I found this little white tree during the year at Goodwill, and I always pick up Christmas decor all year long, so I'm so glad I grabbed this little tree when I did. It fit perfect down in this little urn, and now just to cover up the spray foam, I'm just going to wrap another little fur boa around the bottom. Another unique way to make a beautiful Christmas tree base or color is lampshades. Lampshades come in all colors, all shapes, and all sizes. So get one that will fit the tree that you want to put something around the bottom of that will fit the best, and just use your lampshade like it is and put your tree down in it. I've got this beautiful little white tree that I got at Walmart last year, and the base of this just screws right off. I got this little lampshade at Goodwill, and I paid $1 for it. So this little piece right here, you don't have to do anything for it. And if the hole in the top is big enough for the, the stand of your tree, that's great. Mine wasn't, but I did just stick it in there in the top, and it gives it a good structure. So now, just another beautiful Christmas tree base. And we've used the lampshades, but don't forget about those beautiful ornate lamp bases. Y'all, if you have some lamps, maybe don't work anymore, or maybe, you can find some at the thrift store. Lamp bases make great vessels for Christmas trees. Now, I did this one last year as a Christmas video. I showed y'all how I upcycled this lamp base. I painted it and distressed it and made a beautiful vessel for my Christmas tree. I always have a Christmas playlist pinned in my comments and also in my description box. So if you want to go back and get some more Christmas inspiration or ideas for your home, make sure to check out my Christmas playlist. Another great way to add some texture to your Christmas trees is by baskets. Now, you can buy tree collars that look like baskets, but if you have any baskets on hand, get a basket that the circumference of it will be big enough for your tree stand. And this one right here is a large basket that I already had that I was using around my house, and I just grabbed it. If you need to make it a little bit higher, just stack some boxes or some books in the bottom, stick your Christmas tree stand on it, and then put your tree down in it. Now you can go around it and just drape some drop cloth around it. You can use towels, or you can use some kind of really pretty blankets or fabric. Now I'm taking this coffee bean bag that I have because I want to show you how pretty it looks with some burlap. I know a lot of us have crocks around our home because they're not only beautiful, but they're functional. So grab some of those crocks, get whatever will fit the size of your little tree base. And these little trees right here that have these really, good flat bases on them fit perfect down into these crocks. Here's another idea. If you don't want to use a vessel for your Christmas tree base, but you don't like that ugly, sticker stand that it comes on, just get you a fur boa. And a lot of times you can find these at Hobby Lobby or Walmart in the craft section. I just took this one, I wrapped it around the base of my tree, and look what a beautiful embellishment this adds to the base of my tree. Now that fall is here, don't put away those summer, planters or containers. Get those, and this one right here was on the side of my house, and through the summer it got filled up with some weeds. I just removed all the weeds, I dumped all the dirt out of it, and then I just took it over to the hose pipe and I gave it a good spray down with the hose pipe. This also knocked some of the paint off and gave it more of a distressed look. I'll set it out and I'll let it dry, and I brought it back inside, and now we're going to put a tree in it. This right here was the perfect vessel because it's already got a hole in the bottom. I just slid the stand of my tree down in it. I went back around it with a piece of drop cloth just to give it some structure and make the tree stand up a little bit better. But like I told y'all, you can also use some wrapped up towels or fabric, whatever you have, and you can just sash this drop cloth around the bottom. You can add bows to it, but just a beautiful vessel. The next DIY projects are going to be some fun ones, and I'm going to show you how we can make some beautiful Christmas wall art by using some very inexpensive gift bags. So I'm about to show you how we can take a Dollar General Nutcracker wine bag that I paid $1 for, and we can make not one project piece out of it, but we can make two. So the first thing you want to do is just deconstruct your gift bag, and you just want to remove any hangers, any of the cardboard pieces, or the hang tags and the stickers. Just cut away all your excess paper and just cut apart your front and your back, because you can make two project pieces now, because most gift bags you've got a front and a back. So I'm going to show you two different ways of how we can turn this little Nutcracker gift bag into some beautiful wall decor. Now, once you take your hangers out of your gift bag, you are going to have two little holes that could show up on your project piece. So if it is, it's an easy fix. Just cut out some coordinating paper from your excess paper of your gift bag and just use a glue stick or some tape and attach it to the back, and it will cover up those holes. Now all you want to do is take your scissors or your straight edge cutter and just start cutting your gift bag down to size to fit your frame. Now that we got a gift bag cut down to size, now just put it in your frame. You can use a good quality glue stick, or you can take it outside and spray it down with some spray adhesive on the back, but always roll over it with your brayer, and that way it'll smooth out any wrinkles or bubbles, and this piece is done. That Nutcracker fit perfect in that frame, and now I'm going to take this Ray-Done piece that I got at Goodwill. It was a couple of dollars, and just using a glue stick, I'm going to show you how I put the back Nutcracker into this piece. Now we've got two beautiful wall decor pieces, and we spent $1 on both of these pieces. So y'all, you can't get much more budget friendly than that. Now we're going to work on another frame that I got at Goodwill for $1.99. This one is green, and I'm just going to embrace the green. I've got the perfect gift bag for it. I am having to make a back for it because a lot of frames don't come with glass or a back. So I'm just cutting down a piece off of another frame, and I'm cutting it down to size so I'll have a good back for my frame and for my gift bag. And you can just do this using your scissors or your straight cutter. Now that we've got a bag for our frame, now let's pick out our bag. I'm going to use this beautiful Santa bag. This is left over from last year. So check your seasonal decor. You may have some bags that you have in your holiday decor right now, so you don't even have to go out and buy any. But we're just going to do the same process as we did in projects 1 and 2. Just prepare your gift bag and then cut it down to size using your scissors or your straight edge cutter. Cover those holes using some of your coordinating paper that you had left over, and just apply it using some tape or a glue stick. Now I'm just going to apply it to the back of the frame. I'm going to roll over it with my brayer to smooth it out really well, and then I will put it back in the frame, and this project will be done. And so we don't waste the other side of that beautiful Santa gift bag, I applied it to this frame. This is more of a wooden rustic style, just to give you another idea of how beautiful he will pair in a beautiful wooden frame. Hey, are y'all into the nature theme for Christmas this year? I know I am. A lot of still life in nature, like foxes and deers and reindeers, especially out in the snow. Those are so popular this year. You can get this bag of gift bags right here for less than $4, and you get a pack of 4, and you get several different graphics. You can use some to make wall decor, and you can use the rest, to package your gifts. I'm just showing you different options of these gift bags because I've got this frame here with the burlap mat. And I think this rustic burlap mat will pair really well with this gift bag. So I'm just going to remove the 2 bottom prongs just so I can remove the glass and the graphic that was in the frame. I'm going to use this side of the graphic, and that way we won't damage it. So if we ever want to flip those flowers around and use those in spring and summer, we can. So again, I'm just going to go around and I'm just going to cut down my gift bag to fit inside my frame. Once I get it cut down, then I'm just going to use, again, a glue stick, and I'm going to apply it to the base of this frame and put it back in the frame, and this project will be done. Now let's take another frame that I had on hand. And again, I'm going to take the backing of another frame to make a backing for this frame because it didn't have a back. Now this is a beautiful large bag at Walmart, and it is only like $2.88. This is a good size right here, and it fits perfect in this frame. So I'll just do the same thing. I'll deconstruct it, I'll flatten it out. And again, we have 2 graphics because this gift bag right here has 2 sides. So I'm just going to prep my bag, cut off the excess paper, and we'll get this one prepared, and we will put it in the frame, and I'll show you how beautiful this deer will style in a frame like this. So if you like elegant, or if you like rustic, or if you like elegant rustic, I think this style right here will have you covered. I think this deer bag right here was the perfect thing to make some beautiful wall decor out of, and it was so inexpensive. So now I'm going to show you what we can do with the other half of the bag. This is a Hobby Lobby wall decor piece that I got at Goodwill for $3.99. This deer right here is going to fit perfect in this, and we don't have to make a back or anything. So this will be a very easy project. I'm just going to go around and score with my fingers and also with a pencil, just so I'll know an outline of how much of the paper to cut off. Once I get it cut down to size, again, I'm just going to go over it with my glue stick, lather on a good layer. You can also put it on the gift bag, the back of the gift bag too, just so you'll make sure you've got, enough glue. Just make sure to press it down really well using your hands, and then go over it. A lot of times, roll over it with your brayer. This will smooth it out, and it'll also work out any of that excess glue that may be up under there. In this piece right here, it looks very rustic, but it looks like a piece that you would buy at Hobby Lobby and pay probably $20 to $30 for it. And we just used a bag that was less than $3 and got 2 projects out of it. Here is a very large bag that I got at Walmart. I absolutely love this one, so I'm about to show you how we can make a beautiful decor piece out of this, and this bag was less than $4. I'm just going to cut the front of the bag. We will have two pieces, but in today's video, I'm going to only show you one way that I style it. But I do have another piece of this, so I can use it and make another piece of wall decor out of it. So again, just deconstruct your bag. A lot of times they have these little cardboard pieces in them to give them structure, and just help them hold their form. Just remove all that, flatten it out really good. And I love this like brown paper on this one. To me, this again is another kind of rustic look. I covered the holes, and then I'm just going to use a piece of cardboard because I'm trying to use things that I have on hand and not go to the store and buy any poster board. So if you've got a large box, piece of cardboard cut down to size will work great to make a background for your frame. So that's what I did. So once I got my gift bag down to size to fit the background of the frame, I applied it. Now on this one, I took this one outside because it was such a larger size, and I did use some Elmer's, I used Gorilla Spray adhesive. You can get it at Walmart on the craft section. So I just sprayed it down, and you always want to spray that adhesive spray outside. It's very strong, so I don't recommend spraying that on the inside. So if you've got good weather and you can go out and spray your cardboard down and then stick your gift bag down on it, that is a great way to get it to adhere really well. So I just put it back in the frame, and look how beautiful this piece looks in this beautiful white ornate frame.
Up on the housetop, reindeer paws, out jumps good old Santa Claus, down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Ho, 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 who wouldn't go? Up on the housetop, click, 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 down through the chimney with good Saint Nick.
Now I've got this frame, and this is a square frame, and I love it when I find something to fit a square frame. And I'm about to show you a beautiful polar bear gift bag that I found that will be perfect for this frame. As you can see, somebody gave it a paint job, and it had a lot of markings on it. So the first thing we need to do is give it a fresh coat of paint. So I'm just going over it with a color Parchment by Fusion. Look at this beautiful suede. Y'all, this is suede on one side. On the other side, he is just paper. But who does not love a beautiful polar bear? So I'm going to use him. And y'all, this little gift bag was less than $2. So I'm going to take the back of this graphic, and I'm just going to place it on here. And look, this gift bag is going to fit in this frame perfect. So I love that it has got that square shape. So if you find this gift bag, this one is a great gift bag to fit in a square frame. Now on this one, I also took it outside, and I sprayed the back with the spray adhesive. I brought it back in, rolled it over with my brayer, and then I'm just going to cut off the excess paper. But look how beautiful this frame looks now that we gave it a fresh coat of paint. I'm going to put the polar bear back in here, and now we've got a beautiful piece that we can set out for not only Christmas, but I think this will be a beautiful decor piece to keep out all winter long. This beautiful framed magnet piece right here was my inspiration to make the next few projects. I want to make some magnets, but I also want to make some little mini frame Christmas ornaments for my Christmas tree. So I'm going to show y'all how easy it is and budget friendly and fun to make some really pretty ornaments for our tree. I'm going to start out with this beautiful sheet of decoupage paper. This is very large, and look at all the different designs you get on it. This is called the Velvet Portrait. This is featured over at Ruth and Ruby, and I'm going to leave a link to her shop down below. But you can do so much with this piece of paper. So this little magnet that I got, it come out of the IOD frames mold. So we're going to make some. So I'm going to use this product right here. It's casting resin. It's liquid. You can also get this at Ruth and Ruby, and this is very budget friendly because you get a lot in these two bottles. It's very easy to mix. It's just equal parts of each bottle, and then you just want to mix it good until it goes clear. Once it goes clear, then you just want to start pouring it into your molds. Just try not to pour any excess. You know, just stay in the rims of your molds if you can, but if not, you can always trim off any excess. So I just poured several molds that I had laying around. This green one right here, I think, is in my Amazon store, but I just took some frame molds that I had, and I'm just pouring out some. You let them dry, and when they're dry, they will be solid white. Once they're solid white, they are ready to be pulled out, and they will come out really easy. These two right here stuck together because I did get some excess out of the rim, but just an easy fix. Just go around with your scissors or razor blade and trim that off. Now Tater right here, she's going to help me make some beautiful Christmas ornaments now. Now that we've got several of our frame molds ready, now let's have some fun and create some beautiful Christmas ornaments. Now I'm just going to take some that I've made, and I'm going to show you different paint techniques and different colors of paints that I used on mine, but you can always use whatever your theme is or what you have on hand. I painted this one with DIY paint, and the color is Apothecary. It's a really beautiful neutral tan color. I just did one coat. Now I'm just going to go around with one of the graphics that I cut out, and I'm going to score around the shape of the inside of the frame with my fingernail, and just go around and cut around with my scissors until I get it cut down to fit the center of the frame. Once I get it to fit in the center of the frame, I'm going to apply mine using DIY liquid patina, but you could always use Mod Podge. I put a good amount on the bottom, and I also put some on my paper, and I also went across the top and I sealed the top. Just keep going around with your brush until you get it worked down really flat and work out any of those wrinkles. Now on this one, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just going to go around the edge of this. You don't have to paint the center if you don't want to, because your decoupage paper will go over that white background really well. These little frames and ornaments are so fun to make, and you can make them in any color that you want and use whatever kind of, supplies that you may have on hand. I think these right here make great project pieces if you're doing a ladies' night out, or maybe you want something fun to do with your church group. I think these little ornaments right here would be so much fun to make, and they turn out absolutely beautiful. And like I told y'all, I think these would be so pretty to make and give away as gifts. Now I'm going to show y'all how we can take some rub and buff and a brush, and I'm just going to go over this little frame, and I'm going to go around the edge, and I'm just going to give it a good coat of this rub and buff. The color I'm using is Antique Gold. If you've never used rub and buff, I highly recommend it. This is one of my favorite products to use, and I have this linked in my Amazon store, and it comes in so many different colors. So now I'm going to take this girl, I cut her out, and again I'm going around with my fingernail and I'm just going to score around all the edges and just trim it down to get it to fit inside the frame, and I'll apply it the same way using the DIY liquid patina. Now the process on this little frame is going to be the same. I'm just going to go around the edges and I'm going to give it a good layer of the rub and buff, and I'm still using the antique gold. I'll do the same thing on this one. I'll apply the graphic that I chose to fit the frame, and I just went through the decoupage paper and I just kind of matched up different graphics for what would fit the best in each frame. And that's what's so fun about this project is you can use whatever color paints that you have or the rub and buff and just decorate and paint your frames whatever colors, is the theme of your home, or whatever, if you're giving this away for a gift, just get creative with it and just, have fun making these. And that's what I did. Now I'm going to show you a few more ornaments of how you can make them out of some frames. I got this one at a thrift store for 99 cents, but just take some frames that you may already have on hand or some that you may find at the thrift store. And if they need painting, paint them up. And that one right there, I think the color of it was wood wick, and I think that is a fusion paint. Before I painted my frame, I did remove the back, and I also took off that easel because all I want is the back of the frame, and that way I can apply my graphic to it. Before I assemble everything back together, I'm going to just pull out all that detail on that frame, and I'm going to add some white wax. I'm going to go around and liberally put the white wax on it, and then I'm going to go around with a paper towel and go back and wipe a lot of it off. I just want it to get down in the crevices of some of that beautiful detail of that little frame. And I'm also going to go around with some rub and buff and give it a little bit of gold, and I'll do that in just a minute. But I just applied my graphic to the back of the frame, and then I just put it back in the frame and tacked it back on with some hot glue. Now here I am going around with just a little bit of that gold rub and buff and just hitting it a little bit just to give it a little bit of some gold texture. I'm going to show you another idea. Now this decoupage paper right here was gifted to me from Susie. And if y'all are not familiar with Susie on the farm, she also has a YouTube channel. She and I met up one day and went thrift store shopping together because she lives in my local area. Well, she brought me a couple of pieces of decoupage paper, and this was one of them. I'm going to use this one up here that is got Mary and baby Jesus on it. I'm just going to cut it out, and I'm going to show you this is like a little hoop. It's supposed to stretch fabric, so I guess it's kind of like a little embroidery hoop. I got it at Walmart. I got it in the sewing section, and it was only 97 cents. To me, it resembles a frame, so I'm going to make a Christmas ornament out of it. So I just used a cereal box just to make a backing for it, and then I applied, using my glue stick, I applied the graphic to it. Now I'm just cutting it down to size of the little frame, and then, I'm just going to go around with some hot glue around the back of the frame and stick my little graphic on there, and this one will be done. Now I'm going to show y'all a beautiful book of Christmas cards, and you get 24 cards in this book, and they're absolutely beautiful. These will be linked in my Amazon store, and these are perforated, so all you do is tear them out. You can send these through the mail like postcards. You can just put these on your gifts, or we can frame some of these and make some really pretty Christmas ornaments out of them. These are perforated so they tear right out. So I'm going to use this one right here, and I'm going to use a clay mold that I have made. I showed y'all one that I made with the casting resin. This one I already had made out of air dry clay, and I'd already had it painted, and I'd used it in another project. So since it's already painted, I'm going to just go on and use it again. I thought this little boy would fit perfect in this frame. So all I'm going to do now is just cut it down to size. I will hot glue it on the back, add a hanger to it, and this makes a beautiful, really nice ornament for my Christmas tree. One of my favorite parts of Christmas is making DIY ornaments. I love making ornaments that we can put on our tree, and you can also embellish your gifts with them. I found these blank ornaments at Goodwill back in the summertime for 50 cents each. I picked up every one they had, so I've got 6. So I'm just going to show y'all some ways of how I decorated these, and I'm just going to use a glue stick to apply these, but I went out to the Graphics Fairy, and if you're not familiar with the Graphics Fairy, it is just a website that has hundreds, probably thousands of free downloads that you can search on. You can search on just about any kind of thing, but I searched on vintage Christmas graphics, and they have a lot that are free, and all you do is just print them out. So I printed these out just on a inkjet printer that I have at home, nothing fancy about it, and it's just on regular copy paper. But I just blew some of the graphics up and made them a little bit larger. This right here had an ornament cap to it, so you can actually make ornaments, and they give you the little ornament cap graphic along with it. So I'm going to cut this out and I'm going to put this at the top of the ornament. I'm just going to show you different options of different graphics that you can download for free from the Graphics Fairy. And I'm also going to show you 3 that I use some decoupage paper on. But if you have blanks like this, you can just get creative with them. You can, use transfers, you can use napkins, you can use, stencils. So many things that you can do with ornament blanks like this. I got this also from the Graphics Fairy. I also customized it. I blew it up so it was larger because there was 4 tags on a sheet, but I blew this one up so it'd be larger to fit over the whole space of my ornament. So that's what I'm going to do. Once I got it large enough to cover the space of my ornament, I'm just going to place it down, get it in the, centered on the ornament, where I get most of the little girl, and then I'm going to go over it with a good quality glue stick and just go around and just apply it liberally. Put your paper down, and I always roll over it with a brayer just to smooth it down really well and make sure it adheres to that glue really good. And once it gets dry, or you can just go around, when you use school glue, you really don't have to let it dry, but just go around the edges now with some sandpaper, remove the excess paper, smooth the edges down, and then just go through, poke that hole back through, add some beautiful ribbon. Now this is ready to give away on a gift box or hang on your tree. I also printed out this Santa. This is a Graphics Fairy free printable, and I'm going to do the same thing to it, and I'm going to apply it to this ornament. And then the next 3 I'm going to show you, we are going to make some from decoupage paper. So just giving you more ideas and more options if you have these blanks, and you may can find these at Hobby Lobby in the craft section. So look there if you want to make some of these. But like I say, these make really pretty customized tags for your gifts or beautiful ornaments for your Christmas tree. And you can do whatever theme you want. If you love vintage Christmas, I know you'll find a lot of, beautiful graphics to choose from. And also you can use whatever color theme that you want. So make your own ornaments, and they're not only beautiful once you get them made, but they're also so fun to create. Now I'm going to show you 3 ornaments that I made from this beautiful sheet of Roy Cycle decoupage paper. This is in her collection for 2024, and it is a 20 by 30 sheet. It's got so many large postage stamps on this sheet, and they're all 6 by 6. So there is a lot of graphics on this sheet. So this is a good sheet of decoupage paper to get for your money, because you can create a lot of projects with it. So I just took that girl and I cut her out. She is not going to fit over the whole space of my ornament. So on these, I'm going to show you another idea. I'm going to go over the top of the ornament using some rub and buff, and I'll also go around the sides when I get her applied. Now I'm applying the decoupage paper using DIY liquid patina, but you can always use Mod Podge. Y'all know I always love to roll over my graphics with my brayer just to smooth them down really well. Now I'm going to show you 2 more ornaments and 2 more of those beautiful postage stamps and how beautiful they look on these wooden ornaments. Some of these I do with rub and buff, and then a couple of them I'm going to go over with some dark wax. I'll do the top of the ornament, and also I'll go around the edges. Okay, y'all, we are at the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed seeing and getting reminded of some of the projects that I made last year. If you have been with my channel and you may have seen some of these videos last year. If you're new to my channel, I hope a lot of these projects, you know, you're seeing for the first time and you still got some great ideas for some things that you may want to make for the Christmas season this year. I know I enjoyed going back and watching a lot of these projects because a lot of these things, like I told y'all, I had already forgotten about. So this even actually inspired me because I'm like, you know, I want to make some more of those for this year. So as always, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And I'll plan to see all of y'all back next Wednesday for a brand new video. Bye, y'all.